Hello all, I am J. Leo Dabin Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of English, JJ College of Arts and Science. Now we are going to see a short story named Kabuliwala, which was written by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was born on May 7, 1861 in Calcutta and died on August 7, 1941. He was a Bengali poet, short story writer, song composer, playwright, essayist, and painter. He introduced new prose and verse forms and the use of colloquial language into Bengali literature. In 1913, he became the first non-European to receive the Nobel Prize for his work Gitanjali. His other famous works are The Post Office, The Immovable, The Waterfall, and Red Hollanders. Okay, now let us move on to the story. The story is about a fruit seller from Kabul, which is located in Afghanistan. He visits Calcutta each year to sell dry fruits. In a small village, there lived a writer with his wife and 5-year-old daughter named Minnie. Minnie could not live without chattering. She had a habit of asking questions continuously. She sometimes asked naughty questions to her father and disturbed him in his writing, but she was afraid of the fruit seller who was called Kabuliwala. She had believed that there were perhaps 2 or more children like her inside the bag which the Kabuliwala was carrying. One day, Minnie was asking nonsense questions to her father. She saw Kabuliwala. Then she suddenly shouted, "Kabuliwala!" She was very much afraid and ran towards her mother. The Kabuliwala came into the house. The writer bought something from him because his daughter called him. Then writer thought that Minnie must have got rid of her false fear, so he brought her in front of Kabuliwala. Kabuliwala gave her nuts and raisins she was still afraid of and was clinging to her father. It was their first meeting. After some days, when the writer was leaving the house, he got surprised because Minnie was talking and laughing with Kabuliwala sitting on a bench. The writer gave him an 8 anna piece because he had given almonds and raisins to the writer's daughter, but Kabuliwala gave the coin to Minnie. When the writer came back home, Minnie was being scolded by her mother because she had taken money from a stranger. They started meeting regularly. One day, Kabuliwala asked her when she was going to her father-in-law's house. She did not know what to reply, so she asked the same question to Kabuliwala. He answered her that he would trash his father-in-law. When they met, they enjoyed it a lot, but Minnie's mother was afraid and suspected the Kabuliwala. The Kabuliwala would go to his village once a year. One day he came to the writer's house and told the writer that he was going to his village. But after some days, the writer saw Kabuliwala was being led by 2 policemen. One policeman was carrying a knife. Minnie also saw it. There was a crowd. The writer got down and knew that Kabuliwala had attacked a neighbor because he denied buying shawl after using it. Minnie asked Kabuliwala if he was going to father-in-law's house. Kabuliwala replied that he was going to his father-in-law's house, but his hands were bound. If not, he would beat his father-in-law. On a charge of murderous assault, he was sent to jail for several years. Then Kabuliwala was forgotten by the writer and even by Minnie. But Kabuliwala came back to the writer's house on Minnie's wedding day after 8 years. Minnie's father did not like it and told him to come another day. He wanted to meet Minnie. He had forgotten that Minnie was grown up. Before he left the house, he requested the writer to give her a few almonds, raisins, and grapes. He refused to take money. He told the writer that he had also a daughter in the village in Kabul. He used to come to meet with Minnie, thinking that she was like his daughter. Kabuliwala showed the impression of his little daughter's hand on the paper which he was carrying. The writer felt sad about Kabuliwala's condition. He called Minnie in front of Kabuliwala, but she spoke less because she was grown up. Then the writer gave him 100 rupees to go to meet his daughter in the village. Thank you all.